Hi folks, Puffin here. This is another Church of Judas video about how Judas is the ultimate outsider. Again, Church of Judas, as far as I know, is just me. Everyone's invited to the Church of Judas right now since it just started. I think I'm the only one in it. But it's open to everybody. And it's all about the fact that Judas is the ultimate outsider. So this is a key part of the story, and I'll try to focus on it. The important thing to know about Judas is that he was following Jesus' direction to betray him, so he's not really betraying him. And the excuse that people have given for that has been that he wanted a military uprising, which ultimately happened, like a violent revolt against the government that happened 100 years later amongst the Jewish people to throw off the rule of the Roman imperial government. That's been the excuse that people have given. It just turns out not to be true. Now, there's been a lot of mistakes made since then. There's the biggest mistake of Christianity has been killing thousands and millions of people to spread Christianity. I don't know, maybe other religions do this. I know Christianity's done it a bunch in a bunch of different forms in a bunch of different countries. Maybe if other religions do it, it's bad for them to do it too. But I don't think most religions actually do that. And that's a bad mistake. And there's another mistake that's within that mistake, which is demonizing Judas and saying that Judas was wrong. Turns out Judas wasn't wrong. Like, how are we supposed to know? Maybe you weren't really supposed to know for 2,000 years, because when Jesus asked Judas to do this is all in the Gospel of Judas, which was just revealed 15 years ago, just discovered about 60 years ago, and now they're finally discovering some more Dead Sea Scrolls from around that time, which is why you might be interested in this and hopefully have found and will share this video. But Jesus told Judas, you will be despised for a long time, thousands of years, eons, I don't know how long he said, but it fits with about 2,000 years as an accurate prediction or telling him how long he will be despised. So Judas has been an outsider of all of this, just ignored or shoved off in all of this for 2,000 years. And that's what makes him the ultimate outsider. We have a problem in Christianity that comes from a misunderstanding of John, meaning either John himself misunderstood something or people have misunderstood John, the guy who wrote the book of John. His church, his community, had been kicked out of church, of their religion. They'd been kicked out of Judaism because they were Jews, but they'd been kicked out of the Jewish church. And the synagogue, or kicked out of the religion is the thing. They were kicked out of the church and kicked out of the religion. And his response was to say, Jesus is the only way to heaven. We have Jesus over here. And you guys that kicked us out are going to miss out on something that only we have. Maybe he meant it that way, maybe he didn't. It's been kind of interpreted that way, and that's been the kernel of saying, and that's why we need to go kill people in order to make them Christians. That's wrong. That was a mistake. People don't need to be Christians that bad in the first place. Nobody needs to be anything bad enough that you need to kill people. That's just, whatever. Should be logical, should have given you pause or stopped some of these historical movements or whatever. Didn't. And I'm sure it did amongst people. I'm sure some people all the time were saying, wait, Jesus told us not to go to war. Why are we going to war? Stuff like this. And you say, well, we had to go to war with the Nazis. The problem with the Nazis is they were Christians. They took Christianity and turned it into being Nazis. Guess what? They just did it again with Trump. They took Christianity and turned it into being Nazis. So there's a problem, and it's a very fundamental problem. And it's a problem of betrayal of Jesus, and it's not Judas's betrayal of Jesus, it's everybody else's betrayal of Jesus. Judas is the only one doing what Jesus asked. In this case, everybody else is used saying, well, we kicked him out, so we're not violent, and then been completely violent. It's a complete betrayal. It's a complete inside out of Jesus' teaching. And what we're going to do instead is bring Judas back into the mix and do what Jesus told him in secret that now is known. You're going to come back and replace all the Christian churches with a new church. So even though I'm the only one right now, this could go viral or whatever, or somebody else could start it, market it better, whatever. Point is, this is going to take over. All Christianity as you've known it, Catholicism, every bit of every scrap of all of it, Russian Orthodoxy, Eastern Orthodoxy, Greek Orthodoxy, all the African churches, all of you, the Episcopal, the Anglican, everyone, the Baptists, the Evangelicals, all of you are getting replaced. Okay? The lease isn't getting renewed. It's a new day. It's a new Jesus, as you will understand him through Judas. And if that's still blasphemy in your ears, it's 2021. But pretty soon, it won't be. This will be easy to understand. And you'll have not only, I'll make some more videos. Other people will probably make videos. There'll be other ways of finding out this information from living human beings. And then there'll be these Dead Sea Scrolls that are coming out to be interpreted pretty soon that'll back it all up. So, we kind of got you. Like, you can either hold on to the Dead Sea Scrolls as long as you want, the new information coming out, try to hold it back so people don't hear the message as long as you want, but we're going to tell you anyway because we figured it out. So you might as well bring it out and we'll just have the discussion or see what happens because you're not going to stop it. So we might as well go ahead and transform things according to plan, get it to the letter, and start doing it now. Again, this is about Judas being ignored, shunned aside for 2,000 years. This fits in with my last video about the holographic reality that we live in, and it being an access and an access denied reality. It's all based on who can determine who else has access. Well, now everyone has access. Everyone has access through Judas to Jesus in a way they didn't have before. Backdoor. Okay, to scare the Trumpers because they are so scared of that term, that racist term. But we do have a back door. We have a secret entrance. We have a trap door. We have a secret means of escape, to quote the Tones on Tail song, which is awesome, and you should listen to that next. So anyway, the outsiders will be the insiders, and you know what that means. You know what that means in all sorts of ways. But Judas is the ultimate outsider. John got kicked out of a church and suffered for a few years, thinking about, oh no, I got kicked out of a church. I don't know why he sounded like a Muppet, but he did. And Judas got kicked out of not just a church, but like human esteem for 2,000 years. And that, prodigal son party or whatever, even though he didn't do anything wrong. That reunion party will be really good, and it'll be good for everyone because the whole theme is celebrating everyone who's been left out and bringing everybody in and giving to them. And I think one good way to spread the message will be like, hey, can we give $1 million each to essential workers who worked through the pandemic? Just put that idea out there. Get Joe Biden a better pen that can forgive more debts and sign bigger bonuses. But just get this idea out there. Can we just get rid of the military entirely? Like were we doing any real military actions during the pandemic? Can you aren't there bigger things to do? Aren't there bigger fish to fry? So I think we'll be frying those fish, and it's going to be a matter of listening to this ultimate outsider who's come back to guide us at this time, and listening to all the outsiders that have been left out and left behind and pushed aside. And, one good way to do that is to kick the insiders off the podium. And that's going to happen unless these insiders really quickly become what the promise of their religions have shown to them. But in all fairness, their religions have let them down as far as holding them to the standard. But we got the new standard coming out. It's not that hard to figure out. It really is all about getting rid of the military, avoiding violence and force, and just going with love, avoiding negativity and access denied, and going with access, open all access, open borders, bring the kids in, give the kids homes. We got kids in America that need homes too. Start doing it. Don't do it in institutions. Do it in homes. Start training, qualifying people to, like, you shouldn't have any problem with adoptions. Give everybody who's waiting to adopt somebody a Spanish-speaking kid and a translator for a few months, Like it's not that difficult. But we can start making it happen and start making it happen in a radically different way than the debate that they've been having. Come on in. Everybody, come on in. Like, let's keep bringing everybody in until we can have such an enriching, positive experience here. It spreads to the rest of the world. We got this. It's a policy of yes. It's a culture of yes. And it's radically different than what we've been doing for 2,000 years. So we're on it now, and you'll start to see these changes. And once these changes start taking place, they will accelerate, and the outsiders will be in. Judas will be honored. That may sound blasphemous now, and in a few short months or years, that will sound perfectly natural, and everyone will understand. So Judas bless you, Jesus bless you, I bless you, all the goddesses and gods bless you, and bless yourself and others around you as well, because that's who we all are. We're all part of the same thing. So thank you so much for watching and sharing and commenting, and I'll see you next time.